is Katie, the creator of KNF Design. I wanted to first thank you and welcome you to the 12 days of December. For today's gift, it's actually something that goes on a gift, and there's not a lot of supplies that you need for it, and that's going to be gift tags. There's so many different ways you could make these gift tags, and I made a nice simple one so it wasn't too complicated for you. Oh, you probably also need scissors to cut your foam. So in my design that you'll find is a triangle, which is going to be the tree, and then there's the actual gift tag shape, and then I have a star and a heart that you can mix and match if you want to put both on, just one on. It's up to you. And then there's a squiggly at the bottom, and that squiggly is intended to be changed to a pen, and we'll draw that on with the marker, the Cricut will. If you don't have a Cricut machine, you could draw the squiggly on yourself or any type of trunk you would like for your tree. You can cut the simple tree shape out yourself along with a heart and a star if you want, or just leave it as the tree. It's up to you. And then I liked using the foam. I believe this is a 1/2 inch foam, and that way it'll just give a tag a little dimension. If you don't want to do that, you could also use just crafter's glue, like the white, or double-sided tape. But I'm going to raise it just a little bit with our foam. We need some type of ribbon to tie our tag with. You could also, I guess, just tape it to the box, the present, as well. And this is baker's twine is what that's called. And then I found this really fun cardstock from Joann's, and it was probably last year. I think it was last year when all their Christmas was on sale. So I still have it from last year. So now I get to use it this year. So hopefully they have this one for you if you like a pattern inside here. Just note, if you do like a pattern like this, make sure that your tag fits nicely in there. And note that it probably will get covered up a little bit. I mean, I guess you could just do the dog and maybe like a little heart and not do the tree. If you do the tree, the background and the tree, sometimes it can get a lot if you have a lot of different patterns. So maybe for the tree, do your fun pattern and maybe a simple pattern for the actual card itself. Or you could even just do a plain cardstock. And that goes for the heart or the star. You don't want a bunch of contrasting patterns on top because it'll take away a little bit. So those might be a little much to put back to back. So just things to think about. It'd be kind of cute doing some trees on trees. Also, if you do patterns like this, just make sure when you are cutting your shape that you position it well, so your house is on sideways or up, facing upward, and that you don't like maybe cut here so you're cutting half the trees in half, or half the houses in half, things like that, or like the reindeer. So just think about that. And then this one here, it's meant to be cut because they have all these lines, but just make sure that if you like this one here, that your design does fit in that square. So just things to think about when cutting. Or like this one, I really liked this one, but it would bother me if I was not 100% accurate and it was off a little bit. So for that reason, I'm not going to use it. You could also use it this way too if you like. So just some different things to think about. Right, I'm going to cut out my shapes and then we'll build a tag. So if you use Cricut Design Space to make a little gift tag, there's just a few things you need to do. It should look like this when you add the file. First, we need to ungroup it so we can work with everything. Cricut has been changing the sizes of things. It didn't change it too much, but just slightly this time. So we want to make sure we have the correct size. You could use this size. It's actually not too bad of a size. I like to put everything inside so it all gets sized together and then select everything. And I actually made it 2 inches wide, so it's just a smidge big, so it wasn't too bad. We could have left it by 3.25. So just to make sure that you have your tree the correct size. Now you can change these colors to whatever you want. It makes it easier for you. And then we'll make a red tree. There we go. So I think for mine, I'm going to do kind of a red tree, which I'm going to select the tree and the gift code, gift tag, and I'm going to center it. Then I'm going to decide where I want my tree trunk coil and how much of it I want to show. So I think that looks pretty good there. You can rearrange it if you would like. And just to be sure this is in the center, I'm going to select the tree and the coil. And we want to make sure it's centered vertically. No, I thought that was wrong. Undo. Horizontally. Center horizontally, yes, because we want it this way. I'm so used to my other project, I was doing everything vertically, so it was stuck in my head. So that looks good there. So I think the placement looks good, and then our little hood here is gonna be on a tree like that. I'm not gonna use the star, but you could if you want. So let me just lock this in place first. So let's select squiggly. We actually don't want to cut that out. That would probably not cut well because it's so small. We actually want to change it to a pen. And I'm going to just do a black pen. It'll be nice, bold. You could do a nice brown too. That would be really pretty. And then to make sure that this drawing stays on the code base, the tag, we need to select both and hit attach. And that's where it is. Now it'll go up and draw a little bit past where you actually are going to put your tree, and that's okay because it's going to be hidden behind the tree, so you can still choose however tall you want that stump to be. So I might do that. The other thing is you could move these pieces however you want as well. So the star could go on top of a tree. You just want to make sure you watch that hole. So if you wanted it like that, and then you could just do that. You could add the hood there to the side. You could put it on the tree. You could put it in the center of the tree. That's even pretty without the star like that. All kinds of options. Just play around with them and see what you like. I guess you could even put the hood at the top of the tree too. Why not, right? So there's that. There's all the pieces you can play around with. But that's all we really needed to do. We just needed to change the coil to a draw with the pen and then attach it to this base piece here. And then decide what other pieces you want. If you don't, like I'm not doing this still, I'm just going to hide it. And that way it'll always be there. In case I want to make another tag with it, I would just hit that eyeball again, and now it's back. The colors don't really matter. It just kind of helps you visualize what the code would look like. The only thing that matters is that this base and the tree are different colors because I'm using different colors of cardstock. They're small enough you could technically get creative and put scraps of cardstock on the same mat, and then in that case you'd want them the same color, but that gets a little bit more complicated. But it's possible to do that as well to save and only run it through once instead of twice here, or I guess 3, unless you change that to the yellow too. You can go to color sync, and so let's say I want my hood to be yellow as well. You just move it in, and so now those two will cut on the same mat, and the red tree on a second mat. Alright, so let's cut out a tag, and then I would probably just write to and from on the back of it. Another important thing you might want to know, especially with these, because sometimes you want that certain pattern on your design, so you can, I'm going to rotate my tree, so that way I get a little bit of that snowflake in the corner up the side. You can move the objects really anywhere on your mat, so let's say if I have snowflake right there, I want in the middle, I could do that. I'm going to do it here in the corner. You can move the object to a different mat. So if I want it on my yellow mat, I could do that by selecting it, or on a different mat, which it's the only item here, so it doesn't matter to move it. But just to help you with your alignment with your patterns. Here's all the pieces cut out, and I placed that really nicely so the snowflake would kind of come through the tree, so I really like that. But actually even the other side's kind of pretty too. It's just enough. But if I put it with this background, it kind of gets lost. And same with that one, although the red could look really pretty with that background too. So that's the fun thing with these. Just they can get in so many different ways to do them. So I think that's how I'm gonna do mine. That's how I planned it anyway. And then I have some of my tape, my foam that I have already cut. I'm just going to place it on the back to give it a little bit of dimension. And then since my snowflake's here, I think I'll put my hood over there. And there you go. How simple and cute is that? And it has that dimension to it, which really just makes it pop a little bit more. And no one knows that the trunk keeps going up. Now just put your string through and cut it and attach it to your gift. I think I'm gonna wait till I have it on my gift to actually cut my string, but this was super simple but yet so cute. And then with the fun background, you can write the to and the from, and I don't know, it's so simple but yet so pretty and elegant. So it doesn't have to be complicated to be a nice gift, and it'll just elevate your gift. So I hope you had fun with today's craft, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for next week's gift. Bye for now. Happy crafting! If you don't like or want this type of tag, then my VIPs will also learn how to make these, even with your own photo. And then you just simply peel it off, just like you would a sticker, and stick it onto your present. So I have these fun designs for you, and I will show you how to make each one, as well as doing a photo in the VIP. That's your one of your special courses for my VIPs.